Kannada and Digit Menist, a new handwritten digit dataset for Kannada language and digits. My teammates are Bhavya GR, Pooja A, Shilpa CH. Our guide is Benak Patil MP, Assistant Professor, Department of Telecommunication, JNNC. Our objective of our project is to create a model that can be recognized and determine the handwritten Kannada alphabet and numerical digits from the image by using CNN and to open the gateway for digitization. The methodology of our project is image acquisition, pre-processing, segmentation, feature extraction, classification, and post-processing. First, image acquisition. In the image acquisition, we will give the input as digital image, electronic table or digitization pen that is digital in nature, scanner, photographs, or by directly writing in the computer by using stylus. Next is pre-processing. Normalizing stroke and remove variation, irregular sizes, jitter present in the text, left or right bend in handwriting and uneven distance of points from neighboring position. There are commonly 5 steps in this. Size normalization and centering, interpolating missing points, smoothing, slant correction, and resampling of points. Next is segmentation. In the segmentation, separation of the individual character of the images is taken place. Document hierarchical way, first level line, row histogram. Each row words are extracted using column histogram. Characters are extracted from words. Next is feature extraction. In the feature extraction, we extract the pattern which is most pregnant for classification. Techniques: PCA, LDA, CC, SIFT, zoning, grading based features. Histogram used extract the feature of individual character and these features are used to train the system. Next is classification. In the classification, input images are present in HCR system. Its features are extracted and given as input to trained classifier. Here, CNN is a trained classifier. Classifier compares the input features which stored pattern and find out the best matching class for input. Next is post-processing, correcting the misclassification result by applying the linguistic language. Processing of output from shaped recognition. Language information, pure shaped recognition. Shape recognition with features of confidence. Single string of character, number of alternative for each character. The block diagram of our process. Importing the libraries and load the Menist dataset. That dataset is pre-processed and normalized. Creating a model, training a model, evaluating a model, then creating GUI to predict digits and character. Next will be explained by Pooja A.
Next, I'm going to discuss about the entire model with the help of this block diagram. That is, import the libraries and load the MNIST dataset, data pre-process and normalize, and create the model, train the model, evaluate the model, and final step is getting output, that is create the GUI to predict the digits or a characters. I'm going to show entire program, that is model. This is our entire program. For the basis of block diagram, I am going to discuss step by step. First of all, import the libraries. That is, so many libraries I am going to import. First, I am going to import the Keras libraries. It is an open source neural network library written in Python and it is API designed for human beings. API means Application Programming Interface, which is software intermediary that allows two applications to talk to each other. And I'm going to show one of the example to load the MNIST digits from the extra Keras dataset modules. This is the best example to show load the MNIST digits from the extra Keras dataset modules. This is all automatic process. First, import the TensorFlow as TF. That is, TensorFlow means it is a flexibility. You need to express your computations as a data flow graph to use the TensorFlow. And it calculate automatically as EPOS. And next is calculation of loss and accuracy. And pre-processing step. Model save. And prediction. These are the prediction output. It is automatic process. And import the NumPy library. NumPy means it is an open source numerical Python library. NumPy contains a multi-dimensional array and matrix data structure. In order to calculate the matrix method or trigonometric, algebraic routine, statistical, in this case we are using the NumPy libraries, which is more helpful to calculate the mathematical expression. It gives a 7. The predicted letter is 7 and the output images is 7. We can also show these colorful images into the binary representation, which gives as a binary color is equal to binary representation. Whenever we give that command to this program, it shows the binary representation. We are again entering into the actual model. We are already complete process of Keras with a good example. Next is I'm going to show the MNIST dataset loading process, how it will be loaded. It shows the matrix method. We are already about the matrix, how it will be work in matrix method with the help of NumPy libraries, which gives the xtrain, ytrain and xtest. Train means trained samples, that is 60,000, and tested sample next will be explained as a tested sample, and MNIST load images. What is MNIST dataset? MNIST dataset, the main MNIST dataset, it is given by Modified National Institute of Standard and Technology, is a large dataset of handwritten digits that is widely used for training and testing in the field of machine learning and deep learning. Here the machine learning is Python. The MNIST dataset contains 60,000 trained samples and 10,000 testing images of handwritten digits from 0 to 9. That is 10. Number classes is 10, that is 0 to 9. So that MNIST dataset has 10 different classes. Here we can choose the 10 different classes. And each images are represented as 28 cross 28. Matrix where each cell contains the grayscale pixel size, pixel values. Here we can see extra one dimension. Why we require extra one dimension is, it is another step. We are entering into the another step. That is data preprocess and normalization. We know that all images, that means data sets, are represented as 28 cross 28 matrix containing a grayscale pixel values. According to this, the dimension of this training data is 60,000, 28, 28. But the CNN model will require one more dimension, so we need to process the data by reshape the matrix to shape 60,000, 28, 28, 1. This is a reshaped dimension. And already say that 60,000 trained sample and 10,000 test sample are presented here. This is the output of pre-processing. And why we divide the 255 numbers is, when using the neural network models, it is good to perform some scaling of input values to normalize the pixel values to the range 0 and 1 by dividing each value by the maximum value. The pixel value or grayscale between 0 to 255, so that we can mention the trained sample and tested sample to 0 to 255. Our next step is create the module. Now we will create the CNN module in Python Data Science project. A CNN module generally consisting of a convolution and pooling layers. It works better for data that are represented as grid structures. This is in the reason why CNN works well for image classification problems. The dropout layer is used for deactive some of the neurons and while training. It reduces the overfitting of the model. We will then compile model with the adult optimizers. What you mean by adult optimizer means it does this by restricting the window of the past accumulated gradient to some fixed size as W. Attributes changes of neural network that is based on the weights and learning rate. It can changes the neural network and losses can be reduced as using the adult optimizers. Here we can show the model, how to create the model. Next is our next step is evaluate the model. Evaluate the data means we have 10,000 images in our data set, which we'll use to evaluate how good our model works. The testing data was not involved in this training of the data, therefore, it is new data for our model. The MNIST dataset is well balanced, so we can get around maximum 99% of accuracy. Here we can show the test loss. This is the output of the model evaluate. Test loss is 2.30 and test accuracy is 0.11. Our next step is train the model. This is the main time taken step is train the model. The model.fit function of Keras takes a training the data, validation data, epos and the batch size to train the model. It takes some time to train the model depending upon your working environment. That is based on the CPU or GPU, we can take the time. Here we can take so many time to calculate this epos and validation and the batch size. After completion, we will save the model in the file named as model.h5. Saving the model as MNIST data .h5. These are all the calculation of epos. It takes so many time. We already calculate this epos by running this program. Our final step is create the GUI to predict the digits. This is our final step. Now it is a final step. That means GUI, create the GUI. GUI means it is a graphical user interface. We can use the TK as the model and another module is main loop. TK is the method which we use to create the main window of an application and main pool is the method on the main window which we execute when we want to run our application. These are the main application, that is TK and main pool. Here we can show the TK applications and main pool is at the end of this program. TK means TK interface libraries. This is Python binding to TK GUI toolkit, standard Python interface, and we can use the GUI library, that is graphical user interference. This is the last step for our entire model. We can run this project. We can get a output window. I can share the output window. Till now, I am discussing entire Python programming model. Now I am going to show output of our project. That is, I am run last step of our project. Run button and it shows new window, TK window. I think it's visible. Here we can write 0 as input and give a recognize button. It shows a 0 input, 0 as output, and with the accuracy 94% accuracy. The maximum accuracy is 99% accuracy, but with here we can face some challenges, that is variations detectors. Based on this calculation we can predict accuracy. And one more input, that is 2. Here we can predict the 2 as output and 97% accuracy. Next is 8. Yeah, this is 8. Output is 8 with a 85% accuracy. And 5. This is a 5 with a 45% accuracy. So many variations so that we get the accuracy as less. This is a 6 with a 95% accuracy. Handwritten recognition for digits. Next will be explained by Bhavya GR, that is Kannada handwritten digit recognition.
We have seen how the digits can be recognized and how the accuracy percentage can be determined by the execution of the previous program, that is Kannada digit recognition. The next part is to recognize the Kannada handwritten character vowels from R to O. In order to recognize the character, the first step in the process is to read in the image from the saved folder, where the data is collected from various school children. And we collected the data from various school children and we cropped those images into 32 cross 32 pixels and made it as a separate folder. This is the folder where we have made individual characters as a separate folder. We'll import these characters to the program. And this is the program in order to reading the image from the folder. If we run this program, we'll get reading the image. This is the input image which can be read from the folder, where it provides numpty array values. The main function used here is the OpenCV to read the image, and numpty array determines the pixel value. After reading the image from the folder, we need to process the image to improve the readability of the image. In order to improve the readability, we make use of binary thresholding. This algorithm needs to reduce the image to pure black and white based on their contrast. This is the program for to make image as binary adaptive thresholding. If we run this program, we get single image in global thresholding as well as binary thresholding. This is the actual of finding the global adaptive thresholding and adaptive thresholding for individual image for the first Kannada alphabet R. So far we have obtained the outputs for Kannada digits as well as Kannada characters. The further conclusion will be explained by my teammate Shilpa CH.
The software requirements of these projects are Python programming language and Anaconda software. Anaconda is a free and open source distribution of the Python programming languages for scientific computing that aims to simplify package management and deployment. The Anaconda distribution includes data science packages suitable for Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. The applications are handwriting, digits and character recognition, signature verification, mail sorting and document reading, postal address recognition, bank automation, passport readers, automatic license plate recognition. The conclusion is, in this project, we have successfully built a Python deep learning project on handwritten digit recognition app. We have built and trained the convolutional neural network, which is effective for image classification purpose. Later, we built the GUI where we draw a digit on the canvas. Then we classify the digit and show the result. For Kannada language also, we have collected data sheets using a mobile painting application app, that is IVIS, with 32 into 32 value image pixel in each rectangular box and prepared a Excel sheet. We can term it as digit MNIST dataset. We are already done with the two process of this project, which is image acquisition and pre-processing for Kannada alphabets, and also complete the remaining 4 steps for numerical digits. With the help of Anaconda software and Python 3 is used to execute the software code, and this tool is considered as software requirement, and also CNN model is used to obtain the accuracy.